Hi guys, Adam here. So when you launch your engine, go ahead and let's start creating a new project. And today we are going to start working on building up our AI. So select third person, get started. You can include starter content if you want. Not sure if it's really needed, but it's going to be kind of handy if you want to add elements that you're not going to have to create immediately. So we'll go ahead and do that now, which I already have here, and start a new level, call it blank, put it in the folder, save it there, because we're going to not be working with the original contents, except maybe the assets. Like, of course, we're going to be using the third person character. So first, I'm going to explain that we need to have a bot state machine to run everything off of. So if the bot is in idle or is in attack mode or whatever you have it doing, it's going to need this. So we'll go ahead and call this our state machine. And basically, when you create this, it's going to be enumerated. So you're going to need 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, not just 1, 2, 3, 4. So for 0, we're going to go ahead and call it wonder. This is basically the AI that's, idle, not really doing much, and just walking around curious or just bored. Next stage, we're going to be doing move to or patrol more carefully. And next is going to be our search. Oh, didn't need to make that many. There we go. And attack. And that's basically what we're doing, is we're just telling the AI to go into these different states, and this is what controls it. Very important. Next, we're going to add our bot data, which is a Blackboard. And we're going to call this bot data. There you go. Open it up. And here, this is basically the, like if you have a Blackboard and you're writing down a function, it's going to need variables like X, Y, and Z. And we're going to go ahead and give it to them. So for vector, this is like the location. So we'll go ahead and call this target point. This is where we want our AI to move to if we're telling it to go somewhere. Next one we're going to need is our state machine. So we'll call it state, and it's going to be enumeration. And right here you can select it. And then we're going to need something to interact with. So we'll call this enemy. And we can go ahead and assign it a type of class and call it the character. So we'll have another one of us just out there to mess with another blue man out there. And last, we're going to need a route, which is basically an integer. And when we have all that, we're good. Okay, next, we're going to need the bot itself. So we'll do blueprint class character. We'll call it bot. Go ahead and assign it what it needs. So what we're going to need here for the mesh, of course, is something to see. So our third person character right there. And we're going to need its animation as well. So just look for her third person animation blueprint. There we go. So now it's playing its idle state. Everything's working. We're not going to need anything in here, not yet. So we'll put that on hold. And lastly, we're going to need a bot AI. Well, not lastly, sorry. It's going to be something that we're just going to keep adding to this. Where are you? Oh yes, blueprint class. So we'll type in AI C to get AI controller. We're going to call this bot AI. And this is basically going to tell the bot to do everything through a behavior tree, which we'll go ahead and add in now. So miscellaneous behavior tree. And we're going to call this bot behavior. Okay, so with bot behavior and everything, now we can assign it to the bot AI. So we'll go in our event graph. I'm not going to use event tick. We are going to run a behavior tree. There we go. And you could have a check or something that goes off this, like a print string that confirms it. It's up to you. But we won't really need it right now. And let's see, what else do we need? Oh, yes, we need a waypoint. blueprint class, and this is going to be called target point. It's basically a billboard that's in space that holds data like a location, and you can move around on the screen wherever you want. So we'll call this waypoint, not waypoint. There we go. And that should be the gist of it for now. But let's go ahead and assign what we need for our behavior tree to start with. As you can see, it already assigned our bot data that we created because there was nothing else available to pick from. And there's different things we can do in here. We can make it run selector, sequence, simple parallel. Let's just start with the selector. What a selector does is that it'll run everything based on selection and not on sequence like 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is going to need a service. Now what a service is that, if I can pull it up here real quick, service is basically called a BTS. It's something you create by going to blueprint class, BTS, service. Now what this is again is something that basically our AI is continually running through like a for loop or something that doesn't really break off. It just keeps running as it goes. And we're going to call this our detect enemy. And we're going to make sure we have BTS in here so we can define it. All right, and let's go ahead and open that up. It's going to give you really nothing anything to work with. So we have to put stuff in here. And what we can start with is an initialize. So right when it's activated, boom. What do we want it to do? Well, we need to create Blackboard variables here. So let's go ahead and create one, and we'll call it state. So that way we can control what is basically occurring with our AI. And we'll go in here and search for Blackboard variable, Blackboard key selector. There we go. Again, Blackboard key selector, if you need to see that again. And what we wanted to do is say, well, what is our state currently? Well, let's go ahead and pull it down here, and we can actually assign it as an enumeration. So we'll do set Blackboard as enum. And we're basically going to say, well, we want our AI to be in wander state from the start. Not doing anything, trying to find where I had it. There it is. Not doing anything, so it's going to be, from the get-go, this is what it starts with. And we go ahead and just assign the execute there. Now when it started, we already have a state. We already defined what we're doing. That's great. Next we want is our event tick AI. So this is going to be continually running as long as the service is called, which is continuous, unless the AI is killed or something. And we're going to go ahead and perform a cast to our bot AI. There we go. And we go ahead and pull from the owner controller because we know that's the AI controller. And the next thing we're going to do is cast to bot. We're going to go ahead and pull controlled pawn. And that's all I have time for today. We'll go ahead and continue on the next video with more interesting stuff to add and basically continue where we left off. Thanks, and thank you for watching.